I've always been willing to do whatever it took to make my base work the way it wanted. But after all this work, all these remodels, all these changes, I'm never doing it again. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Boomer. I want to give you an update on where we're at. So all the stairwells are done, and as you saw in a previous video, all the support structures were built in for all 4 stairwells, along with the support pillar. Initially, these were all 3x3, and I felt they looked way underpowered, very weak, didn't work. So I expanded them to 5x5, kind of tried to round it as best as Minecraft would allow. Not only that, I respaced the pillars under the support platform. So now they look much more evenly distributed. I think the overall appearance, even though it doesn't quite blend, it's a lot better, and I'm happier with it than what I'd previously had before we started this remodel. Now I want to show you the network supports tower. That's right, this is networks. And you go, well, wait a minute, hold on. Where are the bridges? What's going on? How can you have black bridges? Well, you can. There's this little thing called a magic paintbrush that allows you to change the color of just about all network blocks, at least those that use glass for sure. So I've made all the bridges on the outside rows black to simply make the color scheme look so much better. I still have to close this off, but I have one last layer of room that I can continue to add stuff. I think I have like 4 items on there. Yeah. So a few more are going to come up here. What else has been done? We finished, that's right. The auto crafters are all in place. I forget the exact count, but it's a lot. I probably need a few more yet. Storages are in place, whether I needed them as greedy blocks or as quantum storages. So there's still room to expand both. Our core materials are up. All of the MK2 nether growth chambers. We've got our magical forges running. We've got our cobblestone gens, dust extractors, ingot factories. If you notice, I kind of changed it so that it centers an out, a little bit different approach. Same thing here. We've got a whole bunch of different machines evenly out. And then there's this odd little thing that I didn't know what to do with. Now, one other change that I'm working on, I've been bringing the Stoneworks factories over here. And if this was the only thing running, if I had one Stoneworks factory running, if memory serves, it generates a stack every tick. You can clearly see my server is struggling to the point to where the Stoneworks factories have actually become a liability for me. If the server could keep up, if Slime Fun, it's not the server, the TPS is still 20. Slime Fun is overloaded, and I still have like 10,000 more blocks to put back. At this rate, Stoneworks factories are an actual liability. And so what we're going to be doing, I have 5 different items being made by Stoneworks factories. They can all be replaced by Supreme tech generators. Not only that, let's talk about the reasons why I want to do this. So when we pull up a Stoneworks factory, it consumes 10,800 joules per second. When I pull up a tech generator, 2,000 joules per tick. So these use 5.4 times as much energy as a tech gen. Now, you can see it would appear from a power standpoint from HUD that it's running every tick. The problem is it's not. And we've sat here and watched and proved that nothing is going through. Even if it were just flying through really quickly, we would see some motion and the mouse would pick up on that. See? So we know the Stoneworks factories are not producing, at least visually, the rate. I'm going to go ahead and test one, put it on a network on its own, and see how fast it's producing. But my guess is we're going to swap these all out for tech gens, producing 9 stacks every 78 seconds, which would be much faster than what we're visually seeing here. But before I do that, let's just set up and test the theory of, are they truly producing, or is this a visual glitch? Let me test that and I'll be right back. All right, so I did a test where I took one of the Stoneworks factories, set up a private network, powered it up, and just that on the network. And after a minute, I think I had 3 stacks. And so clearly, Stoneworks factories struggle when Slime Fun struggles. Now, the nice thing about tech gens is they tick every half second like they should, regardless of the speed of Slime Fun. Stoneworks factory, while it should, clearly is struggling, although this is probably the fastest I've seen one yet, with this volume of blocks on the server, and I have another 10,000 to put down. So, and I already have placed, there was a total of 170 of these, and 1, they're killing the server, and 2, they're not producing. So we are going to switch over to the production to tech gens. And again, these things run 10,800 joules per second. A tech gen runs 200. Now, what do I need to do in terms of power? So I did the math, and it was a matter of generating how much do I need to produce 3 cores of blocks, right, for each, for 3 sets of electrical core machines to run. And in doing the math, I need, it was 49 tech gens will produce 3 core of block every, I forget what it is, but it's enough to have 3 produced at a time, right? I have 3 machines at level 2 producing those cores. So it's an insane amount of generation. So I'm going to replace 34 Stoneworks factories with 49 tech gens maxed out. But what I think I'm going to find is even with the needs of the electric core machine, that 49 is going to end up being too many. So in order though to get the tech gens running, I need to get my tech mutation network set back up. And right now that's sitting in those 4 chests. So actually I do have a plan laid out for it. And I'm just going to give you the quick spiel of what's going to happen. Here's where it's going to go. What this is designed to be is it's going to go this direction, and then the network's going to make a sharp right and go this direction. Same thing here. There's 1, here's another layer. There's a total of 5 of these set up to where all 3,249 machines will fit. And so I need to start building this back up because I need level 9 cloners. I have level 9 accelerators through the wazoo. I need level 9 cloners. But I need to get both of these networks set back up so that I can start filling those tech gens. Now I'm going to do some quick math off camera just to confirm, do I need to replace the value of these, of all 34 of these, with 49 tech gens, or can I get away with less? Be right back. Okay, so in doing the math, 1 electric core machine at level 2 will consume 9 stacks every 5 seconds to make a supreme of whatever the item is. I have 3 of these running, so that means I need 27 stacks every 5 seconds. When you do the math, it actually comes out to I need approximately 47 point some odd tech gens to produce that much resources. So we're going to make 49 of each. And so just that alone, those 49 will use 98,000 joules compared to 340,000 joules used by the Stoneworks factories. So again, step 1, we're going to get the cloner network set up. Step 2 over here is going to be to get the accelerator network put back together. And then I'm going to start adding 49 times 5. So 245 tech gens over here. And then eventually I can pull all these Stoneworks factories out of the base and stick them in a chest, because unless I really upgrade my server to something mega, which is not going to happen, I'm probably not going to need them anymore. Let's get to building.
Well, guys, let me show you where we're at. We've been very busy. It's been 6 days since that previous clip was actually done. So, the initial goal was to set up the level 9 golems that cloned, right? The mutant golems. And so we've got that done. Currently, every 75 minutes, assuming I have no server lag, I get a stack. Well, actually, technically, it's every 80 because it's an 80% success rate. Yeah. So every 80 minutes, I make a stack of level 9 cloners from the mutants. This is the entire system. This is the minimum it takes to keep every machine running without the possibility of running out of the previous level golems. I'd have to pull up my spreadsheet out, but there's over 3,200 tech mutation chambers here. And every grabber behind it, as you can see, I've painted black. Matter of fact, I went through 6.5 1,000 use paintbrushes just to paint all the grabbers black that I recently put down within the last 6 days. So that's in place. Then I said, well, when we've got this up, why don't we go ahead and whoops, over here and get the accelerators going. Now, what's nice about this one is they're 100% success rate. So every 60 minutes, I get a stack of level 9 accelerators versus every 80 minutes, I get a stack of level 9 cloners. Did you see the difference? There's 511 machines here. That one I actually know by heart. Here, it's something like 3249. It's crazy just because it's an 80% success rate with each try. Then I said, well, what else can we do before I come back? And so we're going to kind of take the long way around here. And I redid that. We're way out there. I redid all of the growth chambers, the MK2 growth chambers. Now, I screwed something up. When I started laying this out, I had planned on the wither roses for, I believe it's a core of life, but I thought that they were in the nether growth chamber, and they're not. So I started laying everything out. I had like 850 of these things placed, and then I realized I screwed up because this would have been in another 5 blocks this way, and I would have had 2 rows that essentially ended identically with each other, so it would have looked a lot nicer. As it turns out, I'm okay with it. It wasn't what I originally wanted. If I truly someday ever get bored, I'll redo it, but highly unlikely because with this, I use the network configurator to fix it, meaning to make setting up the grabbers and pushers much easier. The problem was with the accelerators, I actually missed half of them. I missed all the level 1s. So what did that do? That drained out my level 1, my level 2, my level 3, 4, 5, all gone. And so I had to wait until I had enough to fill up every tech mutation chamber with 128 of them before I could start producing that level again. Let's just say I'd waited until I had enough for 60 on each side of the mutation chamber. So instead of 120, 120. The math says at least 1 or 2 of those machines would have run dry, which then would have affected subsequent layers production. And so you actually have to wait until you have more than you need and to play it safe, 200 to 300 more. So now they are rebuilding. I'm about to set level 6 back up, and then 7, 8, 9, I should be okay. But I made the boo-boo, so I don't want to move a whole ton of these again if I can avoid it. What else have we done in the meantime? So coming over, let's see. So we started, like I said, moving all of the Infinity Stoneworks factories. I've gotten those gone. I've added in 49 tech mutation chambers to replace the 34 that were creating sand. They're keeping up fine. It's actually more than I need. I brought in all the storage units that were way out there for the MK2 growth chambers. They're now right here. They're tied into both networks, just using them as bridges between the two in a very clean way. The next big step, I have really 3 things. So besides finishing up, where are they? Besides finishing up the remaining Stoneworks factories in the tech chambers, so that's 1. 2, I still have a couple of remaining chests lying around. One of those, and you'll see it on the sign here, it's for resetting up Infinity expansion to create Infinity ingots. I do need some more. possibly for power, although I have like 20,000 in reserve. So I'm set for a while, and I'm probably not going to need a whole lot, but I still want to reset it. And then all I have left out here are the Christomea Astoria crystals. So I need to set up an area to work with that, because the goal is to get everything chronicled and then start working on the automation of crystals. I've got a few designs in mind once I get to that point. I was able to automate the recovery of crystals prior, and I still have not reached the level 5 ones yet, but that's doable with pistons. Just a very simple piston lift farm. It was amazing how easy that was to do. Am I going to do a tutorial on it? I might not. I might want to keep that one a secret to myself, and I'm sure maybe somebody else figured it out. Now that I've said it, I'm sure a few others might be able to. But the recovery of the crystals can be 100% fully automated, including the recovery, the physical pickup, without you ever being involved. You still have to use manually the chronicler and the realization altar, but even without having reached that top tier level of Christomea, you can actually fully automate the recovery of those crystals. You just have to place things in the altars. So those three things are the main priority. Once that's done, and actually there's also going to be a fourth going on simultaneously. Now I set up all these autocrafters and storage units. I need to make sure stuff's actually moving from every autocrafter to every storage unit, and vice versa. These all have to be tied together. If I have anything that's producing and items aren't going anywhere, then I can't get to them. If they're in the autocrafter, they won't show up in the grid. So I actually have to check every one of these to make sure they're producing and getting stored either in there or in the network tower. And then from there, there's a number of add-ons that I haven't played with yet. And I think I want to take some time and go through them and see and try it and learn them. I definitely still plan on making a tutorial on Infinity Expansion 2. Besides that, just like everybody else, I'm waiting on Biscuit to make his announcement on the future of Slime Fun, whatever that's going to be. I'm hoping, that at some point that we're going to be able to continue things, but I also understand, it takes time and people and effort, and we'll see what happens. So with that, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't know what the future is going to hold, and we'll just have to wait and see together. So thank you guys, appreciate it, and don't forget, when you're playing Slime Fun, you got to go Boomer, or you got to go home. We'll see you later.